Satnam. Today we are going to go through abdominal breathing. Abdominal breathing, which is also known as baby breath, because when we're born we breathe from our abdomen, and this is very healthy breathing, and it is a basic yogic breath. And the beauty of abdominal breathing is that it brings the energy from the mind down to the earth, so it earths our thoughts. Because the mind is intrinsically connected to the breath. So when we slow our breathing down, it slows the thought patterns of the mind down also, helping to create a calm and stable place within our being. Many people, you can notice, breathe quite shallowly from the chest, and the breathing can be quite rapid, something like this, and sometimes through the mouth. So all this breathing, first we don't get much oxygen into the body, which feeds the brain, and the blood carries that oxygen all around our body to feed the organs and our cells. Also, the air in yoga we recognize contains a substance called prana. Prana is a life force, energy. In Chinese it's known as qi, and Japanese it's known as ki, this qi energy, like in Tai Chi, when you're connecting with the qi energy. So in Sanskrit it's known as prana. So the more air we get into our body, the more prana we get into our body, which is a life force, a vitality. So this yogic breath, abdominal breathing, is a breath that we can carry with us into our day-to-day living. As we're walking down the street, we can be breathing from our abdomen. I call it low and slow, because the abdomen is low and the breathing is slow. And we breathed like this as babies, but then as we start to grow up, through stress in our external environment, it started to affect our breathing. And from the breathing patterns of our parents, it started to affect our breathing. Then our breathing, instead of being low and slow from the abdomen, started to come up to the chest and started to become a bit faster. And this creates anxiety and stress. It said when we breathe low and slow from the abdomen, we can't have anxiety attacks. They happen when our breathing is constricted and high. So if anyone suffers from anxiety or stress, this is a great breathing exercise just to calm everything down. So let's do the exercise together, and then I can share a few more words about it afterwards. So if I just bring this down to the abdomen, if I turn sideways, you'll get a better idea. Because for some people this exercise comes quite easily, and for others it's actually quite a challenge. So one way we can see if we're breathing from the abdomen is we put our hand on the abdomen, and as we inhale, the abdomen rises. Exhale, the abdomen falls. Inhale, exhale. Some people actually, over time, breathe in the opposite way, and it's known as paradoxical breathing, where they inhale and the abdomen comes in, and the exhale and the abdomen goes out. So for a person who does that, it would be a complete shift in the breathing, which can take some time. So inhale, abdomen rises, exhale, abdomen falls. Another way to practice this is lying down on your mat, and you can put your hand on your abdomen lying down, and again use your hand as a gauge. As you inhale, you should notice the hand rise as the abdomen rises. And now what we can do is actually go one step further and come behind the breath and just become an observer of the breath. Just like if you're sleeping, the breathing will just happen automatically. So in that state, we can just watch the breath and watch how it inhales naturally. Slight pause, exhales, slight pause. So now I'm not actually breathing, I'm just watching the breathing do itself. And when I do that, I notice it's very regulated, and there's generally a slight pause after the inhale, slight pause after the exhale. And it's just calming everything down. So this is abdominal breathing. And we can practice that sitting up like I am, or lying down like I mentioned, for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 11 minutes. We can have a nice practice, and you'll notice how it will calm things down in the mind. You can observe that in yourself, how it affects you. But what's beautiful about this breath is that this is an ideal breath to carry with us into our day-to-day living. When we're walking around the house, inhale, abdomen rising, exhale, abdomen falling. As we're cleaning our teeth, the breath is low and slow. As we're walking down the street, in the supermarket, shopping, we can be carrying this breath. And the more we practice it while we're sitting up or lying down, the easier it is to apply it into our daily life. And we can bring our attention to it throughout the day. Just look how we're breathing periodically. And we might notice, oh, I've started breathing shallow again from the chest, if that was our habit. So then take it down. Inhale, abdomen rising. Exhale, abdomen falling. So this is abdominal breathing, and we can apply it in many instances in our life as well. If we have something that's stressing us out to do, a job interview, and we're feeling nervous, we just connect with our breath, low and slow, and it will just bring everything down and calm everything down. Just the other day, I was in the dentist for a root canal treatment, and it was quite stressful. And while I'm lying on the chair and the dentist is doing his stuff, I'm just connecting with my breath. Inhale, abdomen rising. Exhale, abdomen falling. Relax the body, relax the arms, relax the legs. Inhale, abdomen rising. Exhale, abdomen falling. And in that way, it just calmed everything down. So it's a beautiful breath to master and to carry with us into our daily life, and eventually it will become a habit, and we'll notice ourselves just breathing like this naturally. It will become our natural breath, like it used to be when we were babies and young children. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Sat Nam.